grab your TheraBand, take it over the head. Make sure that band is stretched. Keep the tension on the band and round through the back. You're bending at the belly button and not hinging at the hips here. Inhale as you take the arms behind you. Slight bend in the elbow is fine. And exhale as you round. Pull the belly button into the spine. Every time returning to a nice tall position with the spine. Keeping the neck in alignment with the spine and the legs long. Make sure the TheraBand is not pulling on the wrist. You want the wrist to be in neutral, in alignment with the arm. You don't want it to bend backwards. Bringing those arms out to the front. Take one arm and rotate the body with it behind you. Let your eyes move with that hand. Notice as that arm moves, the other arm stays stable. You're stretching that band. Think about keeping the spine nice and tall. Inhaling as you rotate. And exhale on the return. Keep the tension on the band and don't let it slack. Roll all the way down. Think about rolling one vertebrae at a time. We're going to roll up with the band. Try to use as little momentum as possible. Round through the spine, bending at the belly button. Keep the tension on the band and roll down one vertebrae at a time. Think about rolling down like stacking blocks. You would stack one block at a time. Your vertebrae would go down one vertebrae at a time, going down as slow as you can. Bring the legs up, and the band goes right over the chest with the arms straight. Take one leg down as you pull the band apart. Make sure your neck is in alignment with your spine and your chin is tucked. Always think about the size of a golf ball underneath the chin. Keep those wrists in neutral. Point those toes if you can. Slight bend in the knee is fine. If this bothers your back, you can always go to a bent knee, taking the toe to the ground instead of the heel. Lift up the head and shoulders. Lower both legs and pull the band. Try to keep the arms straight and a slight bend in the elbow. You're going to flex the feet as you go down and point the toes as you come up. If this bothers your neck or your head, just lower it down. Your goal is to try to get those shoulder blades up off the mat as much as possible. Go slow through the movement with the legs. Slow going down and slow going up. Keeping those abs engaged. Pull the knees into the chest and give them a hug. Extend the legs up. And point the toes. The band goes over the chest and the head goes up. Take one leg down and pull the band. Switch the legs like you're doing scissors. Make sure you keep that neck in alignment with the spine and the chin tucked. Keep the legs straight. If this bothers your back, bend your knees 90 degrees and tap the toe. Knees come into the chest and roll all the way up. Balance on your bum and extend your legs up. If this bothers your back, you can bend your knees. Pull the band towards the chest and release. Keep the tension on the band though. Pull the belly button into the spine. Check those wrists again and make sure the band is not pulling on the wrist. Keep those legs as close into the chest as you can get them. Pull the knees into the chest and give them a hug, rounding that back. Pull one knee in, and on the same side, pull the band and rotate. This exercise is a little challenging, so you can keep your feet on the ground and then lift one knee up at a time. You're inhaling as you rotate, exhale as you return. Sit up nice and tall and then round the back. Let's flip over onto our belly. Pull the arms out to the front. Keep the neck in alignment with the spine. So it's going to be like you're looking straight down or at the edge of your mat. Let's pull the band. Now, some people will be able to pull that band up over their head. And others, you may just want to pull it towards your forehead. You're lifting that upper body as you lift, as you pull. The legs are optional. We're going to add those in a minute anyway. You might feel some tension in your lower back. If it bothers you too much, just don't lift as much. If you have trouble with your lower back, try not to lift as much. You're going to feel those shoulder blades engage as you pull. Now lift the legs and stay up and pull. If this is too much on your back, just lift the legs and try to hold as long as you can. Remember, Pilates is about the quality, not about the quantity. I usually do 8, sometimes 4 of things, or 6. Again, if it's too much, you can always lower that number. You're going to lift one leg and the upper body. The opposite arm pulls to the side. The other arm stabilizes. You're going to try to keep that upper body lifted. Now let's switch sides. Notice that you're pulling that thigh up off the ground and it stays up. Again, if it's too much, you can always lower the leg or not do the arms. We're going to take the band behind us and try to wrap it around your hands. Once you got a good grasp on it, we're going to lift the upper body up. Legs are optional, and just pull. Notice that your neck should be in alignment with your spine. Your eyes are focused down towards the edge of your mat, kind of like at a 45 degree. Try not to throw the head back. Lift those legs, keep the band tight and the upper body lifted. Now let's flip over to a plank. You're going to go to a side plank and pull the band up, kind of like you're drawing a line with a pencil from one hand all the way up through the chest and up the other arm. So stay close to the body. So with this one, you are going to bend the elbow a little bit on your way up. If this is too much, you can drop a knee to go to that side plank. Let your eyes follow your hand unless you're losing your balance, and then you can keep your focus down. As you rotate to the side, you want to make a straight line from one hand to the other. Your shoulders should be stacked as well as your hips. Make sure you rotate those feet. Now we're rotating to the side and lifting one leg up. This is called a star, and it takes